Hello everybody, we are back here at Salute and we've stopped off by the Warlord stand to have a chat with the author of the new Achtung Panzer game. So I'm joined by Mike. Pleasure to speak to you. Do you want to tell us a bit about Achtung Panzer, how it plays and what the sort of the design ethos was behind it?
Yeah, it's like a small scale game which focuses on tanks, so probably up to sort of maybe 12 tanks on table in total, but you can play it with sort of one-on-one really. It's fairly detailed in processes, so it's almost like a dogfight with tanks.
Okay.
So you have a data card for each tank, which is all the information you need to run that tank. And so it takes things like the speed of the tank, the armour, how good it is at shooting, and your gun data. So in a game turn, first of all you determine the order in which tanks will activate using these tokens, drawn at random, although you can affect that if your tanks are in proper communication. And once you've done that, you have 3 action phases where you activate each tank. And first of all, you have to put an order down for each tank. So you can move or halt, so you can go forward, back, left or right. You do those in secret, face down, and when you activate the tank, you turn it over. So you do your movement action. And every time you activate as well, you get what's called a tactical action, where you choose that when you do it. So it's things like loading your gun or aiming or even shooting, which is what it's all about really. Yeah. But also things like machine gunning dangerous terrain, if you want to do that. And each tank activates individually. So once everybody's done one action, you move on to the next action phase. And when you've done 3, that's the end of the turn. So you start all over again with the initiative.
So when you're talking about initiative then, if you're marking off the tanks, but they reveal their movement actions as they activate, does that count as simultaneous movement in that phase, or so is it potential that somebody can go before another?
Yeah, they do go in order, so it's not simultaneous at all, but it also counts for doing your tactical action. So if you've got number 1 and you can aim at him, you're going to shoot before he can do anything. Yeah. So it's very important in some cases to go first. It's really nice. On the other hand, if you're manoeuvring around still, you might want to go later, because then you know where everyone else has gone. Yeah. But generally speaking, it's nice to go first because, yes, you can shoot. The way you can affect the order in which you move is that if you've got more than one tank, you can do what we call a radio check, see if they're in communication. So you roll dice, and you need a certain score to pass the radio check. So that depends on the quality of your commander. If he's a veteran, then you've got a very good chance. And also the nationality. So Germans are very good at radio checks. Yeah. Soviets probably have to take their chances. If you pass your radio check, instead of picking the tokens at random, you could say we've got 3 tokens here, so you pick out 2, but you can look at them before you put them down. Okay. So you can choose. I got 1 and 2 there, but if I got 1 and 3, I really might want this to go before the Tiger. Yeah. Sorry, the Panzer IV.
Oh, they were all Tigers in the desert.
Oh no, people will complain about that one. And so I could choose to put that one there, and he'd have to go last and risk it. But if it was if they failed their radio check, you just choose them randomly, so it'd be 50-50 whether.
So, with the Blood and Steel starter set, even though it has Americans and Germans in it, the actual rules have already been written for the likes of the Soviets and the other nations involved, or is there still going to be expansions to come?
I would like to be expansions. I mean, it depends whether people buy it, I suppose. The starter set just has British and Germans. So in there you get 2 Panther tanks, 3 Sherman tanks, and all the cards to run those. Plus you have your asset cards for infantry attacks and artillery and that sort of thing. But the rules do include Americans and Soviets as well, and there are tank packs for those, but they come separately from that one. So you can play pretty well what you want at the moment, so any nationality. So, but the starter set with everything you need to play the first game is British and German. So yeah, it's something for everyone. It's also available without the tanks if you've got plenty yourself.
Well, yeah, I suppose there's plenty of people out there who already have a range of World War II tanks kicking around. It'll be fascinating to see how this plays out and also see what the uptake is like. We have a copy back in the studio, so there'll be a Let's Play coming soon. As soon as I get home, there'll be a Let's Play coming, because somebody should be painting those tanks as we speak, John, shouldn't they? But great to get a chance to have a chat with you, Mike. Really looking forward to seeing how it plays out, and hopefully it's a terrific success and we get to see more in the future.
I like it.
Yeah. And isn't that the main thing? If you write for yourself, then at least everybody loves the game that you make. Don't write for committees. We're going to push on and see what else is about at Salute and what else Warlord have to offer. We'll be back soon.